Hello and welcome to the Soul Tree. My name is Kari and today I'm going to be giving you a reading for the full moon in Aquarius and Leo season. We're currently under an Aquarius full moon, which means that we are feeling a little bit more detached from emotions and like the busyness of the everyday, perhaps a little bit more logical, maybe a little bit isolated or unique in our communities. And this can be a perfect time to receive information from the environment around you, listen to the messages and the music that you're engaging with and the art that you're engaging with, and anything that people say to you that kind of stands out or resonates with you. The Aquarius full moon is a fantastic time to also get creative, get your thoughts on paper or on canvas, or in any way that you like to express yourself. Aquarius is an air sign, and air is all about thinking and communication. So if there are any ways that you enjoy, or maybe ways that you haven't yet tried, that help you communicate your intelligent ideas and your innovative thinking, go ahead and get those somewhere, because you'll probably come back to them or perhaps revisit something that you may have not been able to pursue in the past. So today I'm going to be pulling one affirmation for each of the elements, and this is your message that the environment would like you to consider under this full moon. And when I say the environment, I also mean nature, I also mean your angels, your spirit guides, whatever you believe gives you guidance throughout the day and encourages you when times are rough. So I'm going to start with water signs. Water signs, you have the balance card. It says, I tip the scales of balance in my favor. As you can see, she's holding the sun in her left hand and the moon in her right. And she's also walking on a tightrope in sort of like a cosmic background. So she's in the cosmos. She's in a place where she almost has control. And it's kind of like she is able to guide the fiery, passionate, and sultry, mysterious, creative moon energy around her. And she has all the resources that she could possibly want right around her. And she can just reach out and grab them whenever she needs them. She, in the way that she does this successfully, is she doesn't allow herself to become imbalanced in terms of the power that she has. That's kind of what I'm getting on this card. The dress that she's wearing is very beautiful. It looks like sort of a garden party dress. It has flowers on it, which represent hope. Sometimes they can represent romance. They tend to represent fun and celebration, renewal. She also is walking on the tightrope, which means that she probably has to be crafty in the way that she moves, and also strategic so that she doesn't, she knows that if she becomes out of control or lacks focus, I feel that focus is really standing out, that this can get really dangerous for her and probably can end her life. So it's very important. She knows that she has a lot of power with that sun and that moon, and she knows that with a lot of power comes a lot of responsibility. So that is your affirmation for you water signs under this full Aquarius moon. Air signs, you have connection, and it says, I nurture and nourish the connections that fill my cup. So air signs, this connection card is telling me that it's important for us right now to see where we see ourselves reflected in each other. And I believe this is also happening because our moon is currently in an air sign, and Aquarius is the sign of the water bearer, the member of the community who sees their need, their deep need for sustenance reflected in the members of their community. And because they know how important it is to sustain themselves, they know how important it is to sustain the community. Leo and Aquarius are opposite signs, and Leo, which is the sun, is a sign that's very concerned with preserving the self because they understand how important they are in their community. Aquarius is a sign that's interested in preserving the community because they understand how tough it is to suffer from something, and they see that reflected in their community. So it is based on the self, this connection. I would like for you to consider, air signs, what are some ways during this time period that you can connect with yourself? What's a way that you can nurture your inner child who you may have not spent time with in a while? What are some ways that you can spend time with the people that bring out the best version of you? And what are the things that you bring to the table in those relationships? Celebrate yourself through the things that you give to others as well. Earth signs, you have Luna. Luna says, I honor the sacred flow and rhythms of the feminine. And I don't know if you caught that, but my voice just deepened and I feel it in my chest, but I don't know if you can hear it over the mic. But I wonder if that way that I'm getting that the way that my voice changed is related to this card. So I think that what this quote means, I honor the sacred rhythms and flow of the feminine, I think that it means it's time for us to honor our inner feminine side, but the part of our inner feminine that doesn't always get the recognition, the love, the nurturing, the shine that she deserves. I think that there's part of all of us, and feminine energy exists in every person. It's not about gender, it's about expression. And we all have a full range of expression. It's just up to us to allow that to express itself. And I think earth signs, you all are our structure and our stability in society. Um, and we look to you, earth signs, to see what needs to happen for us to maintain stability and structure in ways that's comfortable. It's right now in the astrology and in the news, you can look anywhere and notice that our structures are very old in society and they're not necessarily sustaining the ways that we have evolved as humans and as communities. So, right now, we're looking to earth signs to see how do we express the divine feminine that is wanting to come out? How can we do that? And it's going to take a little bit of work, earth signs, because you're very sturdy, which means you're not always necessarily in touch with your emotions, depending on how your birth chart is designed. But it's interesting to me that earth signs are getting this card. I think it's going to be very powerful for you to tap back into your emotions and live a life that might take courage, but is very, very likely to inspire impactful, life changing shifts in a positive direction for all of humanity. So you have quite a job cut out for you, earth signs, but you only have it because we know you can do it. Fire signs, I have for you, Goddess. I awaken the flow of goddess energy within me. On this card, this goddess is scantily clad, which means that to me, she feels very comfortable with her body, with her existence. It's almost like she allows herself to be part of the sky. She allows herself to exist as the sky. I think that goddess energy in this card means seeing the light within you and allowing it to shine in a beautiful and authentic way because you know, because you have the cosmic wisdom that you really are the shit, basically. Yeah, goddess energy is giving for me an inner knowing. This card makes me think of the high priestess card because the high priestess wears a dress with the cosmos on it in some tarot decks and also sits with a moon, whereas the goddess is sitting with the sun. But it does give an inner knowing. It gives confidence, very much beauty, romance, allowing yourself to enjoy the pleasures of life and resting. So this is your advice, fire signs, under the full moon. And during this time, what's being illuminated in your life that allows you to feel like the goddess, the feminine energy that you are, very divine, very creative, loved, passionate, emotionally intelligent. What are the things in life that bring this energy out of you? And please remember that goddess and feminine energy are not about gender. You can be any gender and exhibit and express goddess and feminine energy because it exists in all things. All right, fire signs, I hope this is helpful. If you're here, it means you're ready for a full moon message as well as a Leo season guidance reading. Let's go ahead and dive in. Find your timestamp in the description. All right, fire signs, I'm starting off with you. Happy birthday to my Leos in the building. We're gonna go ahead and in the building. What year was I born, right? We're gonna go ahead and get your message, fire signs, for Leo season, what you need to know, what the universe wants you to consider as you take on this next journey. So you're starting off with a Two of Earth, which represents balance and the need for seeing multiple sides or seeing both sides of a thing. So what you can see here is kind of like a clear sphere beneath a full moon. Wow, my throat chakra is like really activated on this card. And the throat chakra is actually blue. So it's represented by the color blue. And what I'm getting here is there's a need to make sure, fire signs, that you are expressing yourself clearly and accurately. And you're not allowing people to skew your communication or what you say, but also that you're making sure to take time and pause before communicating so that you don't promise things that you're unable to fulfill. That's just what I'm getting on this card, but let's go ahead and look at the rest of these in full context. You got the Two of Spears requiring balance, likely having to do with expression or speech. You also got the Hermit card, which is Virgo energy, and represents going within and learning the text, learning like the full meaning of the text or whatever you're studying or trying to understand. You also got the Nine of Cups, which is typically wish fulfillment. And you also got the Chariot. So when I put all these cards together, it looks like you need to balance communication and resources that you have so that you can go within and really learn what you truly feel. So it's kind of like you won't be able to see the light until you go within and bring it out of you. In order to communicate accurately and clearly so that you don't have to frustrate yourself talking in circles or repeating yourself, it's necessary for you to pause, balance the way that you communicate or how often you communicate, and give yourself time to go within and figure out what fire sign needs and what fire sign really means when they say things. As you can see, the Hermit is holding their light and it's their job to hold it up and join it with the collective. This is the hermit's intelligence and the hermit's personal contribution. And now it's time for the hermit to offer it up into the collective consciousness so that it can make people more brilliant, more thoughtful, more peaceful. So you have quite a task on you during Leo season. But fire signs, you also got wish fulfillment and the chariot. So this makes me really happy to see these cards together. It means that there's a wish that you receive that's going to lead you to a victory or lead you to a dream or an achievement that you've been working toward. Your task for this is to make sure that you are embodying the energy of all of the wishes that you've been asking for over time. As soon as you feel it, as soon as you feel the emotion, it attracts that thing that you want into your life, or that position or that state of being, right? If I really want a car, I have to feel so good about myself. The way that I would feel driving this car, the way that I would hit the button to make it unlock, the way the seats would feel, the way the seat warmer would feel, the nice cool blow of the AC and the feel of the seat belts, all of that, I need to be in that energy, and it comes to you. Your thoughts are becoming things, and they are leading you to a victory. It's just your job to be peaceful and embody the energy that you wish to attract. So fire signs, in all, I believe that this reading was trying to communicate that it's very important that you are being thoughtful with where you invest your energy, because your thoughts are becoming things, and make sure that you are allowing yourself to inspire yourself and not necessarily just asking for or striving for things because you believe that other people might be expecting that of you. So live your best life. It's your season, Leos, and fire signs are also getting some of that heat too. I wish you the best, and I'll see you in the next one. All right, earth signs, let's go ahead and jump in. We're starting off with the Three of Earth and the Four of Wands. So the Three of Earth is shown in this arch, which has, as you can see, kind of similar to the mainstream tarot. There's three circles up here, which represent three coins or pentacles. And this archway is something that is built in high quality. It has very distinct detail. My camera won't really focus enough for you to see, but there's very distinct details in this pillar, and it looks like it's something that's been dreamed up very intentionally and thoughtfully. However, it doesn't exist yet. So it looks like you are dreaming up something of high quality, something that perhaps you've been really putting a lot of thought into over a long period of time, likely something that you've collaborated with others on, because this archway is going to be the beginning of something that will host community. It's not just going to be one person's home, it's going to be a place where community gathers. So interesting, it's an interesting start to your reading. With the Four of Flames, this could be something that you are hoping to bring stability into your life, or perhaps you're even collaborating on a marriage. You're thinking about proposing to someone. Perhaps a relationship is moving up onto the next level. It could be that you're also thinking about joining bank accounts or financial institutions, or even getting on the same plan as someone. But here you have the Knight of Swords. So it tells me that this collaborative effort that you're doing with someone, or perhaps even if it's collaborative, perhaps you're talking to a therapist for the first time, or being brave about asking for help from an outside party. And I get bravery from the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is the knight who knows best how to use their words, how to take action, and has a lot of courage in going toward the things that they dream up in their mind. Air or swords is an intellectual element. It's all about our communication, our beliefs, our mindset, our mental approach to things. And the Knight of Swords is giving that you're trying something new. Like it seems like for some of you, I'm getting that approaching or trying to collaborate on a marriage or a proposal is really something that takes you out of your comfort zone. And it really requires this courage. It's something new. Like you're innovating your life. This isn't something that you've necessarily considered before. This is not for everyone, but it could be for some of you earth signs. I'm also getting the Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune represents karma, and it represents how our personal vibrations, our thoughts, become things, and the thoughts that become things are what turn the Wheel of Fortune in our favor, or maybe in a way that will take us on a different path where we have to learn a lesson in a harder route, or just in a different route. The Wheel of Fortune is surrounded on this card by all of the zodiac signs, and really what that tells me is that it requires you to balance your energy. It requires you to balance your mindset and your beliefs and your personality so that you can really receive information and guidance that's meant for you, and not just influence from others. The fire sign reading was also kind of similar to this toward the end, so you may have fire in your chart, but the Wheel of Fortune is also a card of fortune and good luck. It can mean that you are gaining a reward or an inheritance that was passed down to you over time, which could be hundreds of years, or it could be 1 week of training with a mentor. It could also be that someone else is reaping karma on your behalf because perhaps you had an experience with them in which they earned karma by doing something good for you, or in which they shifted the wheel of fortune out of their path of least resistance, if you will, by doing something that was actually taking advantage of you or someone that you love. So this reading is so beautiful. I really appreciate the effort that you've put in, fire signs. Check out the fire sign reading, because I definitely meant to say earth signs just now. But I'm really appreciating the effort that you all have put in toward whatever this is that you're building, whatever this collaborative or material project or dream you're trying to build for yourself. I feel like you have definitely poured your heart into this and done a lot of things differently that you may not have been raised to do, or that you may not have considered as useful approaches before. So I'm really getting, the universe is telling me to tell you to give yourself a pat on the back because you deserve it, Earth signs. I'll see you in the next one. Earth signs, I almost forgot to mention for you, I did a meditation before your reading and I actually wrote down what I saw. For Earth, I saw two people kissing, so it kind of has to go. If any of you are planning a proposal, an engagement, a wedding, I'm so happy for you. Congratulations and be courageous. I saw two people kissing, Hollywood lights, kind of like the movie lights where it's like two very large beams of light. I saw those. I also saw, it looked like someone running a relay race, but like they won, so they were running with a flag, like in celebration. And then I also saw moons and lotus flowers. So those images were giving me emotional joy, freedom and liberation, peace and ease. So whatever you've been building and putting your hard work into, I love to see it for you. And I wish you the absolute best. And I hope you would update me in the comments. Let me know if this is spot on or if it's already happening for you. Congrats again. My lovely air sign friends, welcome, welcome. I'm going to get into your Leo season message. Oh my goodness, half my deck just exploded out of my hand. So give me one moment while I pick that up. I believe the cards that fell face up were meant for you, air signs, so let's go ahead and get into it. So the cards which fell face up that jumped out of the deck when I was shuffling are the Two of Swords, the High Priestess, and the Princess of Wands, or the Page of Wands. So your reading is starting off with very fiery and energetic energy, and it indicates that you're feeling a little bit of, you're not indecisive, but you're in consideration. You're in your consideration stage. So there's something that you're thinking about and you're trying to decide which way to approach it or which one to pick if it's something that is an option, one over the other. And with the High Priestess, it tells me that perhaps you have been thinking about something, but you don't really know how to bring it down into the material world so that you can use it to follow your passion. It's like you're trying to make a decision, but because you know what the idea looks like in your head, but you don't know what it looks like in your palm, it's got you in a place of stuckness. But with the Page of Wands, it's important that you ask questions and follow your dream, even though you don't have all the answers. The High Priestess does have all the answers, but because she has no roof over her head, it's all of her potential is in the sky. She needs to rely on her sister or her counterpart, the Empress, in order to manifest those things on the ground. The High Priestess is all about your imagination, your thinking. It's air season right now. It's fire season, it's Leo season, but we're under an air moon, we're under an Aquarius full moon. So your ideas are like supercharged right now, air signs. And it's really important that you use this time to charge your engine, like push the energy that's within you out so that you can bring these beautiful dreams and manifestations to life. So balance out any indecision and overthinking with just doing something. For example, today I was about to write, I was about to do yoga and just kind of chill and veg out for the evening, but I really love reading tarot and I haven't made a reading like this since Cancer season. So I really wanted to do this and I was just like, I'm just gonna make it. It doesn't matter if it's shitty, like it's serving my community and it's doing what I love. So I'm just gonna do it. And I'm happy I did. Gemini rising here. So take my advice, air signs. I know from experience. You have 3 last cards in your reading. The first one is the 3 of Swords, the 8 of Cups, and then the 9 of Wands in reverse. Okay. So it looks like I like this. I'm liking this. It looks like you were hurt in the past. You experienced disappointment or heartbreak over something, perhaps something related to a dream or an idea that you've had. And you're letting that go. You're letting that emotional baggage go because you've been hurt for too long and you know that you have amazing, powerful, amazing potential to powerfully impact your community. And so I'm very proud of you, air signs, for getting over that. I almost said earth signs, so perhaps check out the earth reading as well. But with the 9 of Wands in reverse, it tells me that perhaps you were feeling really tired and feeling like a wounded soldier in the the way that you felt about whatever was causing you to have that emotional baggage, and whatever was weighing you down. And I actually physically feel that weight in my chest right now. So I just want to offer you comfort if you're grieving something or if you've been through something extremely challenging for you, air signs. But this Nine of Wands in reverse tells me that you are letting that burden go. It tells me that you are at the end of a cycle of being a wounded soldier, and you're ready to take that sword out of this Three of Swords here. You're ready to take that sword of the truth that you now know, the clarity that you now have, and you're ready to carve out a new path for yourself because you see the potential for high impact that you have. Air signs, I love this reading. I'm getting that I should pull one more card for you, and it is the Two of Earth. It's giving me that it's important for you to balance your time and resources. That means that you need to rest, you need to make sure that you're eating well, make sure that you're spending time with people that you love and that bring the best out of you, but also with yourself, because solitude is important too. All right, air signs, thank you so much for being here. I will see you in the next one. Water signs, thank you for being here. I'm going to be giving you a Leo season reading, and so we are going to just shuffle these cards up and see what the universe would like water signs to know. I'm reading you Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio familia. And we're starting off with the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords, the Six of Earth. Let's see what else the universe has for you. Ace of Earth. Wow. I'm really liking this reading, water signs. Let's get into it. Is there anything else water signs need to know? This wants to come out. Thank you, Spirit. Water signs, this spirit, come on. This reading looks amazing. I'm loving this. All right, let's dive in. So the Eight of Swords tells me that you've been in a place, hold on. Wow. Okay, so the Eight of Swords tells me that you are freeing yourself from a state of lack mentality. It seems as though perhaps you had beliefs in the past, or you were made to believe in the past that you were not worthy of material abundance and blessings. But you're getting a brand new start in terms of an opportunity to create money for yourself, to build wealth for yourself. And what I'm getting is that you're not just building wealth for yourself, but you are creating complete and absolute abundance for your future. You are building wealth that's not just going to serve you, but it's going to serve generations. You're building a foundation right now that's also healing ancestral wounds and creating more abundant thinking as well as living for you in the present moment and anyone who descends from you, any person who is nurtured by you. The Ace of Pentacles is a fresh seed, and the Ten of Pentacles is all of the abundance that was grown from the nurturing of this one seed. I heard a fact today about large bodies of water or oceans. One drop of water can stay in a natural body of water for millions of years before it becomes part of our plumbing system, before it becomes our drinking water, our bathing water. So this seed that you have been nurturing and that you're about to harvest here with this Ten of Pentacles, this is a seed that you could have planted in this lifetime, but it also could be something that you're inheriting. It could be a reward that you are harvesting for your ancestors, something that they planted a long time ago. I feel like I'm getting that because this Ten of Earth can also represent unknown knowledge. It can represent the wealth that we don't realize that we have, the abundance that we don't always pay attention to or give credit to or value to. And the Empress here tells me that you are in a state of creative abundance, and that's what's attracting all of these pentacles your way. You have 3 cards of Pentacles. So that tells me that there's also lots of earth energy. The Empress is a Taurus, which is an earth sign. And it tells me that you're either feeling very steady or you're on the precipice of a very steady and financially secure time in your life. And it's very important, because you are freeing yourself from old thinking habits and patterns, that you apply this new gift and apply this new knowledge for how to not just create, but also to sustain prosperity and abundance. It's very important that you apply this knowledge to managing your resources very, very well. That is what's going to help you sustain this generational wealth that you are building and that you are about to receive. I wish you the absolute best with this water signs, and I hope that you'll also watch the earth sign reading, just because there was so much earth in your reading that I think that there's something valuable in that reading for you as well. I appreciate you for being here, and I will see you in the next one.